Good morning, this is Jimmy D from Heavy Zen, and one of the things that I remember most from my childhood is my grandfather waking up on weekends and having a cup of coffee and donuts from the local grocery store. Now, they weren't to-do donuts, they were just those little ones in a box, but I remember those. And last night I was working with a recipe that made something like a bread, like a flatbread, like naan bread, and I went, hey, let's try that for the morning, and what I found is I've got this baking dish for donuts. I go, I wonder if I can make some donuts out of it. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to make some donuts that fit the egg fast going on there. So what we're first going to start with is, of course, 2 eggs. And believe it or not, this is going to make 6 donuts in my little donut pan. So we're going to put in 2 eggs and then 4 tablespoons of egg whites. The idea behind the egg whites is that I wanted to get it a little bit more fluffy. So 1, 2, 3, and then 4. And so we've got some egg whites to add some fluffiness. And then we're going to start adding the fat because we have the eggs. We've got 2 eggs, 4 tablespoons of egg whites. One of the things that I started doing is I added some Parmesan cheese just to give it some texture. So 1 part Parmesan. But the one that I really got the more doughy-like consistency out of was the mozzarella. So make sure when you're doing this you add a lot of mozzarella cheese to these donuts because it's going to give it a more doughy, thick texture. Now we're then also going to add some butter. And the butter, not so much for fat, but for flavor. So I just add like 1 teaspoon of butter with that. A little bit more butter, you never do wrong with butter. And remember, this is for the egg fast, so just a quick update on my egg fast. Running into day 11, still down some weight. I had a little bit of a correction from yesterday because the first 2 days were really big workout days, but doing well, and my fat percentage is down, so that's awesome. We have a Withings scale that's going to measure that for you. In general, the fat percentage on these scales is, I don't want to say inaccurate, but it's something you want to trend over a period of time to see if things are going on there. So far, what we're doing is we're making donuts for the egg fast, and I've been able to put 2 eggs, 4 tablespoons of egg whites. I've added 1 portion of Parmesan cheese, and then a major portion, like 2 portions of mozzarella cheese. And I'm going to add a little bit more mozzarella because I want to get a thick, doughy mixture. And then comes the seasoning, and you could do a lot. And I'm going to be honest with you, I tasted these. They don't taste, they look like donuts, but they don't taste so much like donuts, but more like a yeast roll, which is good. So you can sit there and add this with a meal later on when you're getting back more into the low carb or you know, lifestyle that's going on there, or you can add sweetener to it and make it a sweet dessert that's going on here. Now in this situation, I'm going to add some cinnamon, and what I found is that you got to add a lot more cinnamon than I thought you did. So I was going to add a heaping of cinnamon, probably something, let me see, like a couple. You know, it's good. It's to your taste, but once it bakes in there, it no, you don't taste it, so you want to get a lot of that. And then also, you want to add your sweetener. Sweetener's up to you, to the level that's going on there. I like my donut sweet, so I'm going to add a lot of it. I found out that when it bakes out, it doesn't, it really doesn't transfer well. It doesn't seem all that sweet, so I'm going to add some. And then the last ingredient is a tablespoon, I know, kind of gross, but of mayonnaise. This gives you a little bit more of that texture, that doughy texture. Once you get all this, throw it in your bullet, and you are ready to go. So I got it here, and here you can hear it that it's really having a harder time getting through the mixture. There we go. There's a really thick mixture that's going through there. I'm going to take this out, I'm going to squish it up a little bit. And these are going to make, again, egg fast donuts. So you can continue egg fast, you can have something sweet in the morning with a cup of coffee or going through this. And I found it come out pretty good. And it's great change, great spin up. I'm continuing my egg fast. Again, I'm in day 11. I've lost approximately 10 pounds. I'm going to continue it for another week, or then a week or two, I was going to say, but I'm going to continue it for at least for another week. and then analyze it to find out where we're going. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a quick taste of this. And it's sweet. I'm going to add a little bit more sweetener. Again, I know a lot of people are going to scream and yell about the sweetener, but you know, it's morning, it's donuts, you're on an egg fast, you're already going through that level of dedication. Sometimes you just need something sweet. And if it cuts the craving and you don't break what you've worked so hard to do, then do it. So now we're going to throw it into this donut pan that I've got going. Picked it up at Walmart. It was pretty cheap. Now I've been putting coconut oil in it. And make sure you put a lot of it, because if it gets stuck in there, well, it kind of ruins the donut. So what we're going to do, throw that in there. I'm going to be honest, I might start experimenting more with, you know, I hate to say Crisco or whatever, but something more to keep these greased up. I understand this is like a Teflon pan, it shouldn't do that, but when you're dealing with these type of ingredients, yeah, you got to make sure that you're doing it. See, notice, I want you to see this. Notice how thick this guy's coming out here. Now this should make 6 of these. And remember, we're only dealing with 2 full eggs and 4 tablespoons of egg whites. So, you know, you can eat a couple of these and still stay within your realm, and you got a couple left over to have snacks later on. And I think that's going to be it. So what you want to do is you want to set your oven at 400 degrees, and you're going to bake these. And I think these are going to come out better than my first ones, but you're going to bake these for about 10 minutes. That's good enough there. So I have my oven set 400 degrees. 10 minutes. I'm going to throw these in here. Now I'm not going to sit here and make you wait to see them come out, because I was smart enough to make some. And I used to have a blog that'll show you some of the pictures that are going on here. But again, so you've got your donuts, and you're able to sit down like my grandfather and have a cup of coffee. This is Jimmy D for Heavy Zen. Thanks for joining me here today. Continue your egg fast. Best of luck to you. It really helps you break a stall when you're in that low carb way of life, and you've really just seemed like you can't break that weight loss stall. Egg fast is the way to go. So once again, Jimmy D from Heavy Zen. Thank you.